Hey guys, it's Victor. I'm not sure how much you can see because it's dark out. I don't know how much this 360 camera can pick up, but it doesn't matter. Just listen to my voice. Think of this as an audio podcast. If you feel like it, you can, because it's a 360 video, you can move it around. It'll be hard to see. But today I want to talk about sleep a little bit as I walk around and comment on my neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. You see here this sign to my left here. There's some flowers here. See that? Flowers. About a month ago there's an accident here. I don't know what happened. Someone died. People going home there. It's only 10 o'clock now, 10 p.m. Oh. The train is passing by. Is that the Shinkansen? I don't think so. Maybe just the Meitetsu. Anyway, yeah, someone died there, so some people put flowers there. I think that happens in every country. I have my samurai sword umbrella here on my back, if you can see that. But I'm going home for the gym here. If you go into a bank with this umbrella sword, you'll probably be arrested. It was a gift. It was a birthday present years ago. I ordered a really nice umbrella. I'm looking forward to that. I don't usually buy really nice umbrellas, but I thought, what the hell, I'm going to buy a nice one and try not to lose it. But nice is like 30 bucks, that's all. Not that nice, you know. Anyway, so I haven't been sleeping well recently. My sleeping pattern, or my sleeping system at home, is to sleep. We have a huge bed, my wife and I, because we need a huge bed. Before we got married, we had this monster bed, and we still have this monster bed. But now my son sleeps between us. Not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. And there's someone jogging. My son sleeps between us, and he's 6 now, and he sometimes knocks the shit out of me. He kicks me in the gut. And my daughter, she's 4. She sits in a separate bed outside, like a crib bed that's kind of connected to the bed, so she can kind of make physical contact with my wife, touch her arm. They like this, In Japan, they have an expression called skinship, right? They need the skinship. I don't think that's a real word in English, though. Do we say that? I don't think so. Anyway, about 2 or 3 months ago, the kicking in the stomach got too much for me, and I was waking up in the middle of the night, and that wasn't the only thing. I started becoming lactose intolerant about 3 years ago too. So I noticed if I drank milk, I'd wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Kind of upset stomach, You don't need to know too much about that, but. So it's not my first bout of getting up in the middle of the night, but I hear when men get older, we get up to pee all the time. That doesn't really happen to me yet, but just counting the days. Anyway, I started having trouble sleeping, so I asked my wife. I said, I'm going to buy a futon. She's like, no, I'll bring one from my jika, from my home. So they gave me a futon, and I would lay it out on the floor next to the bed and sleep on the floor. And it was like heaven, like get able to spread out all the way and not worry about suffocating my son with my big body. Or more importantly than committing murder, accidental infanticide, was getting kicked by my son. So I could sleep peacefully, right? And then working a lot recently, I've got a lot of late night classes. Working a lot recently, so I would have a drink or two before going to bed. And I would suddenly wake up. Suddenly, I don't know why, at 3 a.m. or something. Right? Anyway, I just noticed I'm not sleeping well. So I came across this thing on YouTube, this thing called Masterclass, and one of the trailers was about this guy. I think his name is Matthews or something. I forgot his name. I shouldn't forget his name because he's really very good. Very clear voice. Long story short, I started looking into. I thought, what the hell? They had a Mother's Day special, so I'm like, okay. Me and my mom, not really. Me and a friend, we split the master's classes. I don't know if he wants me to tell you he's taking master's classes. That's kind of dirty, huh? Anyway, we split it, and I started listening to this guy's podcast, or his lessons, his sleep lessons. He's a sleep professor from the University of California. And a lot of the stuff, you know, I think a good writer, I think Hemingway once said this, but maybe Steinbeck, I don't remember. Anyway, a good writer will tell you what you already know in a way that you didn't know how to express. And basically, it just reinforces things that you already know. It says them in a clearer way, right? So this is, I'm not saying I'm an expert at all about this, but the very fact that I started researching sleeping suddenly made me remember my dreams all that much more than I had been before I started taking the course. And I started having these bizarre dreams. Like I had a dream that I had I hung out, I had beers with Elon Musk and two other guys. I don't remember who they were, but we all hung out in the house, and it was so real. I woke up thinking, I know Elon Musk, and he's a cool guy, and we had a good time. This is before his Saturday Night Live thing, so it was really weird. So realistic. And I had other dreams. I mean, they're all, almost every night now, I'm remembering my dreams. And it's not necessarily a good thing. I think I'm getting a lot of REM sleep, sleep, but I'm not getting enough non-REM sleep. So I think that's one of the problems. But still, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying these adventures I go on every night. And you know, according to this dream professor, he says that when we enter the REM state or REM sleep, and we dream a lot, when we're dreaming, we're basically psychotic because we enter an unreal world, an impossible world, and because of that, our body locks down the muscles that we can control voluntarily, so we don't hurt ourselves. You know, our brain paralyzes our body, so we don't hurt ourselves. That's interesting, right? That's really interesting that our body would do that. Anyway, so I had other dreams, like I dreamt, of course I had a sexual dream, really terribly nasty sexual dream about a young Korean girl, chubby girl. I won't get into details, but anyway, it was quite nasty. I felt kind of guilty when I woke up. I can't control that stuff. So, can you get in trouble? Oh yeah, and the funny thing about that dream was that when I woke up, I also dreamt that her father had written a book about his life, and I was kind of in it, and I could see the cover of the book, and it looked like something vaguely I had seen on Amazon. It was really, really bizarre. Another dream I had was about having a pet panda. And the pet panda had these huge, big dough-shaped poops that it would poop everywhere, including in my shoe. Like, it would poop in my shoe. It's just so weird. Why would I dream that? Oh man, so many dreams recently. I also had a really weird dream where I just dreamt about Billy Joel lyrics, like songs. I didn't really dream about him, but I dreamt recent songs, like the Italian Restaurant, I think. I don't know if you guys know that song. It's a great song. But in my head, dreaming it, I could hear it so loudly. It was amazing. I felt like it was actually playing on the radio or somewhere. You know, I could hear it so vividly in my dreams. Don't usually have audio dreams like that. Anyway, so I'm trying to find a way to sleep better. One thing you're not supposed to do, for those of you who are curious about those tips, is I'll give you the shortened version. Don't drink coffee after 2. After 2 p.m. If you're going to take naps, also take those early, because a nap is a double-edged sword. It'll reinvigorate you a little bit, but it'll also take away some of the chemicals in your brain that help you sleep better at night. Get on a regular pattern no matter what it is. Don't sleep in late on the weekends. If you always get up at 6 every day, then get up at 6 every day, even on the weekends. And yeah, it's a pretty fascinating lesson. What else? Get into a pattern. Oh yeah, don't drink alcohol. Drinking alcohol will sedate you and make you think you're falling asleep easier, but it prevents you from really entering the deeper level of sleep. And I think that's probably, you guys know I like to have a can of Strong Zero before I go to sleep, and I think that's one of the things that has caused me to dream more than usual. So I've been working a lot, and I'll have a couple cans of Strong Zero before going to sleep. And I think, for some bizarre reason, my brain is not getting enough REM sleep, so it starts to, I forgot how, I got to review the lesson, but something about, I think the answer was basically that the body is trying to catch up on REM sleep, so it kind of accelerates REM sleep or increases REM sleep to try to catch up on that. And anyway, the point is, I've noticed this a lot. Like if I wake up at 3 or something, I'm like, oh, it's too early, I want to get back to sleep. And I try going back to sleep, I'll go back into a dream. And that's bizarre. Anyway, I haven't been sleeping well, but I'm sleeping a little bit better, because just the fact that I'm looking into why I'm not sleeping well has given me the feeling that I'm controlling my sleep a little bit better, which I'm not really, but I'm doing a little bit better. Like I'm not drinking coffee after noon anymore, and I'm trying to stay on a schedule, even if it means sleep, feeling sleepy on weekends and stuff. When you have kids, you can't really sleep in late anyway, but and the other thing is, if you really want to sleep well, you got to sleep in a really dark room as much as possible. And when you wake up, you really want to get as much sunlight right into your face to wake you up. That'll really help quite a bit. So anyway, master's class, I'm doing that. I started popping on other master's classes, and they're really fascinating, and a lot of the other classes are really interesting, so I might talk about those a little bit later. But anyway, been working a lot, working very, very late, and my body's still kind of beat up, but I'm slowly getting back into the workouts, and I think once that happens, I'll feel a little bit better. Anyway, I just wanted to touch upon that and share that with you. Hope you're all well and doing great and getting enough sleep. You really need, I used to think 6 hours is enough. Now I think 7 or 8. Yeah. That old expression, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Me and my friends used to say that a lot when I was younger, but you'll die a lot sooner if that's your attitude. So take it from me. Still a novice at the sleep thing, but get as much sleep as you can. And sweet dreams to all you. Yeah, before I tell my daughter good night, I always tell her, sweet dreams, I love you, see you tomorrow, sleep tight, and punch in the face. And she punches me in the face lightly. The other day I told her, just out of the blue, I love you. She said, it's not bedtime yet. So I love you guys. Go to bed. See you tomorrow, or sometime soon.